a service of CNC Worldwide.
CNC podcasts are a service of CNC Worldwide, and they're brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 member companies with business solutions since 1984. Rochester School Superintendent Bolgan Vargas says it's time for city schools to stop talking about closing budget gaps by cutting back on students. Monday night, Vargas gave the city school board his plan to close a $42 million gap while adding $15 million worth of programs at the same time.
We need to close the opportunity gap. Our students need to have as much opportunity in sport, art, music, extracurricular activity, and yes, excellent instruction in AP classes as much as the kid in the suburb.
Vargas says he is doing this by realigning where the district spends, getting rid of about 205 non-teaching positions out of more than 5,300 people who work for the city schools. He'll put that money into what he calls the district's priorities. District spokesman Chip Partner says there are more than 200 current vacancies at the district and 125 workers coming up on retirement, so layoffs will be minimal. Dr. Vargas will put that money into full-day pre-kindergarten for 90% of city 4-year-olds, a longer instructional day, 5 more reading teachers, and more reading programs for children under 3rd grade. The town of Greece has kept it in the family by naming Captain Patrick Phelan as its new chief of police. Phelan is the son of former Chief Gerald Phelan. He literally grew up in and around the Greece Police Department. Greece Supervisor Bill Rylick says there were half a dozen sound applicants, both from in and outside the department, but Phelan was the person who will take the department and make it even better.
I think it's simple. I think if you focus on integrity and professionalism and just try to do the right thing every day, try to provide good service to the citizens, and if matters of integrity come up, you deal with them in the right way. And I think it's that simple.
Phelan takes over April 2nd from Todd Baxter, who was brought in 4 years ago with a mandate to clean up the corruption scandal left by former Chief Merritt Ron. Baxter is leaving April 1st to take over the Veterans Outreach Center. The House of Representatives has passed a bill naming the Brockport Post Office in honor of Staff Sergeant Nicholas Reed. Sergeant Reed of the United States Army was killed in 2012 while working in one of the most dangerous jobs as a bomb disposal specialist. An improvised explosive device went off while he was working on it. Congresswoman Louise Slaughter says the bill now goes to the Senate for passage. Governor Andrew Cuomo's poll numbers are still slipping, but he still draws close to 3 times the support from voters as his Republican challenger, which would be Westchester County Executive Rob Astorino. According to numbers released by the Siena Research Institute, Astorino would get 26% of the vote, Cuomo 61% if the election were held today. That's good news for the governor. The good news for Republicans is that support of Governor Cuomo seems to be uneven. They say he's been an effective governor by 64 to 28%, but if you ask them about some key issues, only 15 to 26% of voters say things have gotten better during Cuomo's time in office. 24 to 45% say they've gotten worse. For the first time, the governor has a plurality of support, but not a majority of all voters willing to re-elect him. By the way, voter disaffection does not include the SAFE Act, despite how unpopular it is upstate. A year after its enactment, New Yorkers still support it by a 2-to-1 margin. With 4 productions still to come in its current season, Jiva Theater Center has announced next season's schedule. The Rochester Professional Theater Company will present A Christmas Carol as it does every Christmas season, but it will begin with the classic thriller Wait Until Dark, and there will be some twists and turns, including the classic Little Shop of Horrors. Tickets to individual shows go on sale August 5th. Check the website for more details. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says no criminal charges will be filed because of that dust-up last week between girls at Churchville Chili High School. The fight became public knowledge after video was posted to social media sites. The Sheriff's Office says none of those involved wants to press charges. The school district says it will not talk about what disciplinary action may be taken against the 7 girls involved because of district policy. A Livonia man has been arrested for driving drunk with children in his car. The Livingston County Sheriff's Office says Lawrence Hapke was pulled over for failing to dim his brights. The deputy suspected he was drunk, noticed open beers in the car. Hapke had his wife and his children, aged 17 and 14, in the car with him. He refused a breath test. He was charged with felony DWI with a child and misdemeanor DWI, as well as several other charges. A Rochester school bus with 27 kids and a driver on board got stranded in the city yesterday when a sinkhole opened up under it, swallowed the left rear wheel. This happened on Colvin Street on the west side of the city. The Monroe County Water Authority believes by a pipe that burst under the pavement. There have been hundreds of such cases of burst pipes because of the severe winter. The bus was able to proceed once a wrecker pulled it out of the hole. Your next CNC podcast is whenever you click on one of these pages and catch one. We post updates as necessary during the day. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.